Well, oh, let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Hey!
Hello, strong start.
Oh!
Really strong start.
Is it something to do with the British Wi-Fi, do you think?
It's probably some new Liz Truss initiative, telecommunications incentive or some, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not going well for you so far. Not you now. I mean, obviously not now, but as a country as well.
Well, I mean, we've not crossed paths for nearly a decade, and a lot has happened in the meantime. Obviously, do you watch the crumbling of the British Empire with sadness, concern, or amusement? What do you say?
It's from Brexit on. It was like watching a dog eat its own shit. You know, you don't want to watch, but somehow you cannot look away. He's going, everybody's saying, stop it, it's bad for you, don't do it. And he's still going, he's still going. Okay, let's see how this pans out.
That's it. You can hit it with a rolled up newspaper, but it still goes back for more, doesn't it?
Really, yes. And I don't. The question now, of course, with your government, they seem to be implementing a kind of scheme, a kind of no lives matter scheme. What the question for me? What does it take for the British public to stage a revolution?
Well, this is what we're hoping for at the moment,
Well,
isn't it? But what do you think?
It takes a lot less than this in France. You know, if you, I don't know if in France all it takes is I don't know for production of the bread or wine or cheese to be insufficient and. Revolt would occur.
I seem to remember a time back in the early 90s when those little rough sugar cubes, there was a shortage of them in Paris for 3 or 4 days, and there were insurrections in the street. They were burning citrons at the Triomphe.
We all recall that, and the government has not let that slip ever since.
No. I mean, the supply of those rough little sugar cubes are there whenever you need them in pillowcase form. But what
like that? What
about you though? Like, how's life in France? Like, what Macron seems to me to be quite a cool guy. But then again, it's a low bar for us, isn't it?
Yeah, he's like every politician, you see. For me, Macron, not enough affairs.
Ah, yes.
He seems too clean, and I don't believe that of a politician. It's de rigueur for us to see, a politician having a little affair here and there. We say that's normal. That's, of course, your last prime minister fucked the entire country. But, that's... I mean, in metaphorically, and am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Too late, if not, sure.
I think you can do it. Yeah, you've done it. I mean, you can say whatever the fuck you like on this station. It's brilliant. That's one of the great freedoms of it. You know, this is true freedom of speech on Community Garden Radio. You know what I mean? I mean, what? But
if you can't shout "fuck" in a garden, then where can you shout?
Fuck? Exactly, and the way things are at the moment, sometimes you do just have to close the patio door behind you, shout "fuck" very loudly into the back garden, and then just go back in and collect your thoughts. It's the only way forward.
Very important.
I mean, that's politics, but this is also we pride ourselves on the music we play here. How's your music career, and who do you think are the best French music stars in your view? You know, who are the people that you aspire to over there?
Well, it seems obvious, but of course, Serge. You know, there are few who could have the varied career of Serge. He could do the pop, the rock, the funk, and on one occasion, an entire album about a man with a cabbage for a head.
Did he actually do that?
Perhaps not a highlight of his career, but he gave it a go. You cannot say that of Ed Sheeran. Huh?
Though from a distance and from the side, he does look a little bit like a cabbage, his head.
Yeah, but he's never addressed it as far as I know.
He's not addressed it lyrically, has he? I mean, some of the things that you've written about, not just in your music, but in your poetry and your prose, are things very close to my heart personally. One of them is the incredible and very powerful piece, Wine in a Can. It is something that is particularly close to your heart, isn't it? The concept of wine in a can.
This is the latest poem of mine. It's not yet available on an album, but it very soon will be on the next album. I feel it was It came from, I was handed this at a festival this summer. Wine, somebody thought we will put some wine in a can, and that's a fine thing. That's allowed somehow. You can see this is in the shops now. It's on the shelf. Children can see this.
Yeah.
In the shops, you can buy wine in a can. It was a festival. I know we have to keep the open mind. We say, take in many ideas, different parts of life, but also we have to concede some ideas are tantamount to hate crime.
I couldn't agree with you more, and I think my entire listenership would agree that is not the way that the grape is supposed to be encapsulated, is it? It's a tragic thing.
It's a very angry poem, this one.
When you get to hear it, listeners, you are going to be moved to tears by it. And you're going to be moved straight to Waitrose to buy yourself a few glass bottles of wine as well.
You can find, I think it's online, it's on YouTube from a festival. The first time performed, actually. The rage is very fresh.
It is. It's kind of it's kind of Zach De La Rocha style. It's kind of terrifying. And speaking of that, you're out and about. You're on tour. You're at the Glee Club in Birmingham on the 9th, this coming Sunday.
Yes,
you're playing at the Clapham Grand on the 19th in London.
The Clapham Grand, I have my jazz band with me. I'm playing with the live band, absolutely. Only at the select venues. And Birmingham, alas, you will have to travel to London for that, or just see me solo, or both.
Oh, well, both.
But yeah, I have the jazz band for this one. It's going to be a bit of fun, a little bit of class.
This much we can't wait for. In difficult end times for us in the UK, it's nice to be spoken down to by a Frenchman and castigated for our choices.
I do what I can.
Well, we thank you very much for doing that. We hope to see you live soon. And thanks for being on. And also, I thought we'd finish with a track of yours, which, again, speaks powerfully to the moment. And it's called Ode to the Idiots. Have you got anything to say about this track before we play it?
Well, I feel this track will never lose its appeal. It will never be out of fashion. It was written in lockdown as well. My previous album was for a captive audience, entirely based on suggestions during the lockdown of poetry titles I would never choose myself. And somebody gave this to me. Can you write a poem for the idiots? And I think, yes, this is a group of people who rarely get poetry written for them or about them, and yet they do seem to be now the majority. So it's my populist poem, if you will.
Thank you, Marcel Lucont. Thank you for being with us today. This is Ode to the Idiots.